Welcome to Secrets from the Saddle podcast. I'm Sylvie, your host, fellow cyclist, bike club founder, cycling coach, bike race junkie, just truly super passionate about cycling. My journey with cycling started 20 years ago when I opened a spin studio, started a women's race team, and founded a women's only cycling club called Cycle Fit Chicks. I'm super thrilled to reveal all aspects that make the world of cycling operate. I'm so excited to be able to bring you interesting people from around the world, pro cyclists, recreational cyclists, coaches, event organizers, bike shop owners, everything and everyone you need to know or ever wondered about when it comes to cycling. I know you'll enjoy this episode. Hey gravel riders, are you new to the sport and had a fantastic summer exploring and now you put together a kick-ass 2023 gravel event schedule, but you're not quite sure where to start with regards to training, staying, and keeping fit over the winter? Well, I can totally relate, and if that's the case, this might be the program for you. It's my 20-week winter online road cycling skills program. Or you can basically jump in whenever you are ready until the end of January. It's geared towards people just like you who are looking for ways to properly train over the winter. It includes skills development, intervals, endurance base building, everything you need. Workouts are scheduled and planned, which takes all the guesswork out of the how and what to train. It's a real no-brainer. And makes scheduling so simple. How it works, you sign up for a monthly subscription for only $49 Canadian. What you get in this low rate of only $49 is the most comprehensive winter coaching program on the market. You get access to an online coach who is a level 3 Canadian National Performance Cycling Coach. That's me. Weekly cycling skills sessions, that include pedal stroke efficiency, hill climbing. We have weekend Swift endurance base building group rides. Included are also Tuesday night Swift sprint and speed for intervals. This program is goal-driven. We have clients who are looking to work on goals like keeping fit, getting faster, and riding 100K by April. Don't wait another moment to get involved and subscribing into this program. It will be the best $49 a month you'll ever spend on training. And if you don't believe me, all you have to do is go and search for a cycling coach. And you'll find that $49 is a super affordable rate. We also have a supportive Facebook group with chat rooms for all our training rides, access to an actual coach, plus you'll gain the knowledge you need to improve your cycling form, skills, and technique. Go to cyclingskillspro.com for more information and to register. Take advantage of all these benefits this program has offer for an amazing deal of only $49 a month. Don't wait another week to get on track to training smarter, not harder this winter. Hey friends, what's up? And welcome to another episode of Secrets in the Saddle, all things cycling podcast with your host, Sylvie, and it's Coach's Corner. And I said that I was going to talk more about sleep. Now, I don't know about you, but I find it's so critical for me to get the right amount of sleep now that I'm getting older. It's funny, like when I was younger, like when you're in your teenage years, like you could go out and party every night, like survive on 4 hours sleep. Maybe I would like have this 15-minute nap before going out, and then I would be ready to party. And, through my 20s, did a lot of work and school and also late nights. 30s, start becoming more responsible, could still pull out the late nights. And then now that I'm into my 50s, oh my God, things are just shifting so friggin' fast in my body that I feel a difference when I don't get enough sleep, and my body reacts differently when I don't have enough sleep. So I will be talking a lot about sleep because there's so many different things to talk about when it comes to sleep. And today I'm going to talk about chronotypes. And if you don't know what a chronotype is, this is kind of like a type of person with regards to how you sleep and how you move through your day. So this, I guess, chronotypes was kind of tagged by a gentleman called Michael Breus. And he's a sleep doctor. Basically, that's what his website is a sleep doctor. And he has done so much research that he's labeled people within one of these 4 chronotypes. So what is a chronotype? So every person has a master biological clock ticking away inside of their brain and dozens of smaller biological clocks throughout his or her body. So you've heard the expression, I'm not a morning person, I'm a night owl, let's say. You know, those people who function way better later at night, less in the morning. And then you've got those who go to bed super early and can be up at 4 o'clock and functioning in the morning. So these are different chronotypes. Isn't that cool? I did not know this until I actually heard this gentleman on a podcast that my friend has, Susan Sly. And I was like, because I was wanting to learn more about sleep. So what do? You go on to like Spotify and Google sleep, and all these podcasts come up, episodes talking about sleep, and I was listening to his. So more with on the chronotypes is unlike a normal clock, but every person's biological clock keeps the same time or even at the same pace. But if you've heard of any, like I was saying, who says they're a morning person, well, this reason some people are meant to be more productive in the morning than at night and vice versa. So believe it or not, your body has been programmed to function much better at certain times of the day than others based on general morningness and eveningness preferences. Different people fall into different classifications called chronotypes. So the cool thing is that, well, first of all, I'm not a doctor. I am simply done some research, and I want to share this with you because of how sleep affects us as athletes. And I'm really working hard to get Michael Breus on the podcast to talk about athletes and sleep and how it affects certain individuals. So if you really want to have him on the podcast, please send me a couple DMs, do some comments in the YouTube channel. By the way, don't forget to subscribe and put your notifications on our YouTube channel where all the podcasts are sitting now, so you don't miss another one. But it's really interesting to hear him talk about these chronotypes. So here are the chronotypes, and you're ever wondering which one you are. When I go through the 4 of them, there's 4. You might completely resonate with one. If you're not sure, I'll add the link below, and he actually has a quiz that you can go in there and find out what your chronotype is, and more so, why it is that you function the way you do, because it's all related to this specific classification. And then you can go to his website and read more about it. Also, you can get emails or a newsletter on tips that can help you master your chronotype. So within your life, right? So here's the first one. The first one is a lion, and I did the test, I did the quiz, and I'm a lion. So early to bed, early to rise is a good way of summarizing this chronotype. People with a lion chronotype tend to wake up early in the morning and are most productive in the hours before noon. I'm telling you it's weird because I can wake up I always wake up early and I can function very well. I can also function really well late at night. But I cannot do the two, obviously, because I'll burn myself out. So I can easily function at this level as well as being a late night, and we'll talk about the next chronotypes. So this might be you, you know, you don't function very well late at night, and you're most productive in the morning. So the next one is the bear. This is the most common chronotype. About 55% of people have the bear chronotype. People with this intermediate chronotype are generally most productive before noon and begin feeling decline of energy in late afternoon and begin winding down for sleep in early evening. So there you go. Sorry, mid-morning type people. The next one is the wolf. So this is the night person who loves working late. So odds are we know someone who is not a morning person. These people most certainly have the wolf chronotype. People with the wolf chronotype are most energetic waking up later in the day. They are most productive between noon and 4 and also get bursts of energy early in the evening. So these are the ones who do not like those early morning meetings, you know what I'm saying, or getting up to go to the gym at like 6 a.m. These are not those people. These are the people who are working out at like 9 p.m. Then we have the dolphin. So the dolphin is kind of like your insomniac who, kind of asleep, kind of awake, does is most productive between 10 and 2 a.m. Oh, sorry. 10 likes getting things done between 10 and 2 p.m. I think that should be 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. myself. Of all the chronotypes, dolphin is the hardest to create a set schedule around, since people with this chronotype tend to have trouble finding a sleep schedule that works for them. People with the dolphin chronotype tend to be very intelligent, but also high-strung, sensitive sleepers who are often easily disturbed by noise or light. A dolphin's fragmented sleep patterns often overlap with symptoms of insomnia, which may or may not be indicated in the disorder itself. So they're more like, those are like those ones who are up in the middle of the night, and then sleep all day. So as an athlete, imagine, I would say most triathletes are probably the lions, and bodybuilders, maybe the wolf or dolphin, working out late at night. But a lot of these things actually are affected by these 4 other items that play a huge role in our lives right now. So one is eating at the right time of the night, or right times of the day. So it's important to avoid food. We've always heard this, like past 8 p.m., so that your body has digested and metabolized your food before you sleep. That helps a lot with sleep. Also, let's just add avoiding alcohol at night, because that disrupts your sleep in a big way. Avoiding caffeine, that's number 2. So we'll just put alcohol and caffeine together. Later in the afternoon, alcohol at night after supper. Also, if you can, number 3 is follow a constant sleep schedule. So it's kind of hard. Some people work, some people, like you might have activities late for the kids. Like even kids need a good sleep schedule. So trying to keep that on an even keel. Like I myself try and keep a very balanced week where I wake up at the same time. I kind of like eat the same things the same time of the day, go to sleep, got my exercise all scheduled in. And then on the weekends, I sleep in and we go out for supper or we drink beer and, just sort of like living life, right? Hate to say it, but probably living for the weekend. And number 4, I added this one, sign off of social media about an hour before you go into bed and stop bringing your phone to bed with you. If there's anything that's going to disrupt you is being on social media right up to the moment you go to bed or falling asleep with your phone in your face or your iPad. That stimulates you way beyond, anything else. And of course, it's always the last thing that you've been watching or thinking about or reading that's going to probably stick in your brain, keep you up at night. And we always say, you don't need your phone for your alarm. That is like, how did you survive the last couple decades? Get a Fitbit so the alarm is on your wrist. That is the best recommendation I can give to all you guys. Check it out. Your Fitbit, it has a smart wake. And I talk about this all the time on some of my other episodes. So it's called a smart wake. So what it does is it wakes you up in your sleep pattern. So my alarm goes off at 5 in the morning. So if I'm waking up about 1:45, it's going to vibrate on my wrist. So it's not going to wake up my partner, my husband. It's not going to wake up the kids. It's not going to bolt me out of bed like my alarm used to do. And it actually has a snooze corner. I never knew that right away. So you can snooze and it'll just keep buzzing and vibrating your wrist until you get up. But you're already up. That's the cool thing, is it's waking you up as you're coming out of a sleep pattern. And so that in itself, I find, has been a huge game changer for me when it comes to waking up out of a snooze and sleep. Sorry, there's a fly in here. Without breaking a sleep pattern. And that is really important, because you know how you feel when you've woken up, somebody's woken you up in the middle of a deep sleep. Well, you're completely out of it, because you haven't finished that sleep pattern. So really important. And also just get an alarm, go to the dollar store. If you want to go old school again, it's possible. It's possible. So no excuse, because if you have not turned off all your notifications on your phone, it is going to wake you up. And I'm always surprised when I send messages early in the morning and people wake up. I'm like, what are you doing? Well, I heard my phone. Well, what the fuck? Turn that fucking thing off, okay? Leave it in the kitchen. If there's something serious, I don't know, they'll phone you and you'll pick it up downstairs. So with that, I'm not going to talk much more about that. I highly encourage you to go and check out and find out what your chronotype is. And I'm also going to really work hard at getting Mr. Breus on our podcast because I would love to dive into athletes and these chronotypes. Plus, I will leave a link to the podcast that I heard on Susan Sly's episode because it just explains a whole lot for the average person. And you might want to share that with someone because it was kind of enlightening for me, especially in the business world. Finding a job, like night jobs are probably better suited for wolf chronotypes and dolphin chronotypes. A lot of programmers, IT guys tend to be wolves that stay up and program all night. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes you might even have fallen into a profession that caters to your chronotype. But anyways, it's super cool. I wanted to bring this to you, and I'm hoping to get Michael on the podcast to elaborate more on these chronotypes and the athlete. So with that, have an amazing day. I hope you go and do the quiz and get on his newsletter. And and we'll see you on the next podcast episode. I do have another one that I'm going to be talking about sleep. So I told you I'm going to be talking about sleep quite a bit because there are so many different things to consider. We're going to be talking about your sleep patterns and what does that mean? Because I've told myself that I'm going to do a little bit more research for myself to understand what the hell it all means. Because I know if you're like me, you've got to watch, you've been pulling down some data and you have no idea what it's about. So I'm going to do you a favor and find out, and I'm going to explain it to you so that I know what REM sleep and all these little, so your awake time, REM sleep, light and deep sleep. What does that all mean? And where should you be, like, and what your sleep means, like really not doing a deep dive for it, but a deep enough dive to understand a little bit more of what more of the data they are keeping and you're looking at and you have no clue. So together we're going to get educated. So I'm going to put that out there so that I do the research, because I've been sitting there going like, what does this really mean? And if I get so much percentage of my sleep in REM, what does that mean? Am I getting a good night's sleep? Am I getting a not so good night's sleep? Should I get deeper sleep? What does it mean? So we're going to find out, and I'm going to bring that to you on another episode. So have yourself an amazing day. Have yourself an amazing weekend. Love y'all. And we'll see you on the next episode. Take care. Bye. All right. Before I go, I want to shout out and thank everybody. We are almost to 250 downloads, 250,000 downloads. Is that not crazy? Our listenership is up 12%, which is amazing. So thank you all to everyone. And shout out to a couple new countries. We have Norway, Mexico. Well, Mexico has always been in there. Singapore, Colombia. And we have Korea, Croatia, Kenya, and Argentina. So thank you guys for listening and catching our podcast. And so appreciate you. So please don't hesitate again to follow us on social media, which is on Instagram, or most importantly, our YouTube channel, because that's where all our episodes go up. And so you don't miss another one, simply register to the YouTube channel and put your notifications on. So with that, have yourself an amazing day. Take care, guys. So appreciate you. Bye. Thank you so much for spending this time with me on the Secrets from the Saddle podcast, learning more about sighting people, places, and things that make cycling such an exciting sport. I am so glad you stopped by today. Please leave me a review if you feel so moved to do so. I would love to hear your feedback. And if you could take 1 second to share this episode with someone you think would enjoy it, I would be forever grateful. Also, if you could please leave me a review if you feel so moved by going to iTunes and leaving me an honest thought and an honest comment, telling me what you think, and most importantly, tell me what you'd like to hear more of. It would really help me to bring more great, inspiring cycling stories to you. Until then, have an amazing day, make sure you ride your bike, and don't forget to visit my YouTube channel if you'd like to see the full version of this podcast live.